What's up, guys? It's Viewtiful Joe here, bringing you another video. This time I'm gonna bring you another Yu-Gi-Oh video because I haven't done one in a while. So I'm gonna do another deck profile to start off the new format for this upcoming couple months. New format started January, so I reconfigured my decks. If you saw my previous videos of my Destiny Heroes and my Hieratics, I updated them. I've changed them a few times before the format shift. So you know, every deck has to go through a couple of shifts every once in a while just so that they can keep up with the format. And that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to show you guys what I did with my Hieratics for this new format. Now, keep in mind, like I said in my previous Hieratic deck profile, I am not a typical Hieratic player. If you saw my previous video, I'll probably link it in the description box below. It was very unorthodox, so to speak. So you saw like advanced draws or the Super Rejuves. No, Super Rejuve was banned at the time, but it was different. And I guess what some people don't understand is you need to be able to find something unique that you like to do when it comes to any card game, especially when it comes to Yu-Gi-Oh! Because a lot of people net deck. It's fine net decking, but once you net deck, you have to find your own little play style and your own little twist on things to make it a little bit more interesting for yourself. So that's what I did. Now, I have to first say that this was not my original idea. My friend at school before winter break said, "Hey, I have an idea for Hieratics." He used to play Scumbag Rulers. If you don't know what that is Hieratics and Dragon Rulers combined. And that's pretty douche move. So he wanted to try something different because it was just too sacky. So he came to me with the idea of make a Hieratic deck that spammed Red Nova Dragon, or Scar Red Nova in the OCG. I said, that's actually really a good idea, because with the new tuner, Galaxy Serpent, they made it a lot easier for them to not only spam Xyzs, but now they can spam Synchro Monsters, especially with Labradorite Dragon being a new level 6 tuner. You can use a lot. You can explode to many different things. So I want to give him all credit. However, his deck is going to be very much different than mine. Mine is a little bit more, I want to say, explosive to a sense, because he had never originally thought of this idea versus me being sort of outside the box. So here is going to be the deck profile in a nutshell. It's going to be Hieratic Dragons that spam Red Nova Dragon as the boss monster, with some other tech stuff that allow me to be a little bit more flexible. So let me readjust the camera here. Get it just right. Okay, hold on. Sorry about that, people. Okay, hopefully you can see the cards. Alright, so main deck. I don't really need to get more into this. 3 Tefnuit, pretty self-explanatory. Cyber Dragon, Tribute Fodder. That is actually a really bad angle. See if I can get a little bit closer. Nope, that looks like it's gonna be good enough. Anyway, I'm gonna stop fucking with this so that I can get along with the video. Shit. There we go. Okay. So 3 Tefnuit. It's self-explanatory. 3 E-Set. Tribute Fodder. First turn level 5. Go into Sue. I don't really need to go more into detail with the Hieratics. They're pretty self-explanatory. Sue, tribute the Hieratic, pop a Speller Trap. Then you go into plays. Now that is the only Hieratics I run in this deck. Everything else is just sort of support. And in that support I run 2 Labradorite Dragons. Level 6 tuner, 0 attack, 2400 defense. It's good for rank 6s, and depending on what your field is, it can actually be good for synchroing. Next, 3 Galaxy Serpent. It is the go-to synchro, the tuner in this deck. Don't mind the proxies. I'm actually getting them from a friend of mine. So this deck is actually complete, despite there being proxies. But because it's a level 2 tuner, it makes going into Red Nova Dragon really easy, and I'll show you how later on in the video. But yeah, level 2, 1000 attack, 0 defense, and it's a nice artwork. Next, 2 support cards, Dragard. It's actually a really interesting idea for you guys to think about. Dragard is when it's normal summon, target one normal dragon with 1,000 or less defense attack, which means you can go into Galaxy Serpent or Labradorite and use them to synchro into 6 or synchro into 10 or synchro into anything depending on what your field is. Like Hieratic E set, you can go into level 7. I mean, not level 7, level 11. So yeah, it's an interesting card. And then its second effect helps you to like maybe spam higher levels because you contribute a dragon type monster on the field. Excuse me. Make it level 8. Target a dragon, make it level 8, and it gains a certain amount of attack. Or, yeah. Anyway. Moving on. I finally got my second Maxi. I run 2. Helps thin out the deck. Helps give it a little bit more speed. Now for generic tech. Red Eyes, Darkness Metal, and 1 Honest, because there is a lot of light targets in this deck. That is the monster count. I believe it's like 20 or so. Anyway. Onto spells. 3 Seal. Helps then search out your Hieratics if you need it. Dark Hole. Double MST. 1 Wingbeat. Wingbeat is great. If you open first turn Tefnuit, special Tefnuit, activate Return, bounce to hand, blow up the entire field. It's a real funny card. People are starting to main 3 now, so maybe you want to consider that one if you're running dragons. 1 Duality. Just for the consistency reasons. I was originally running 2. 2 got in the way. And I'm trying it at 1, and it's doing pretty good, I guess. 2 Upstarts for just that 1-for-1. I mean, giving my opponent 1,000 isn't that much of a difference to this deck. It's this just to thin out the deck some more. 2 Cards of Consonance, because I do run 5 dragon targets for this card. 3 Galaxy Serpents and 2 Labradorites. If I do end up having them in hand, that's what this is for. Plus, it helps give, it's 2 for 2. I draw 2. It's a good trade-off card because I will end up with dead hands sometimes, and this will help maybe bounce back after a really bad hand. Next is 2 Lance. The deck kind of has holes, and this helps protect my monsters from any sort of like destruction, or compulse the bottomless. Because I kind of need my field in order for it to go off successfully. So this is like a protection card. Next is 2 Inferno Reckless Summon. Now this is where the heart of the deck relies on. So this is key. I used to run 3. 3 got in the way. And I'm running 2 currently. Because this can actually open with like dead hands. So this is where you have to be careful with how you play. Now I'm going to sort of describe the perfect hand and how to play off it. You want to open with at least 1 of these. You want to open with at least 2 Hieratics. So I'm just gonna pick Tefnuit and Sue. You want to open Lance, and then like 2 other cards. But that is basically it. Lance is there for safety. Tefnuit and Sue are there to start the chain off. So what you do is you special Tefnuit. You tribute to special summon Sue. Use Tefnuit's effect Engrave to special summon your Galaxy Serpent. And so, then on summon, activate Inferno Reckless Summon. Get the other 2 copies. And in case they have like Torrential, not Torrential would kind of fuck the entire thing over, but like Compulse, Bottomless, anything that may stop this going off. You want to be able to use this Lance as insurance. So then, let's just say we used it. We used it on Sue. Okay. So now you have your 2 other copies of Galaxy Serpent. So, because it spams Red Nova, you synchro into 8, go into Red Dragon Archfiend, and use the other 2 to double tune and go into Red Nova Dragon. That is the deck in a nutshell. And with all the other tech cards like Dragard and Red Eyes and all that other stuff, it allows me to open into other synchro plays that may or may not be good in the situation. It just depends on how the other person is playing. Bro Fists or Fire Fists, if you think of it that way. Medolce, Prophecies, so on and so forth. Red Nova is the boss, and there are very little things that get over him or around him, and I'll tell you why when we get to it. But that is the deck. I have one more spell, I believe. Yeah, one Dragon's Mirror, just because. Last resort card, or for the push of the OTK. Banish 5 dragons, so probably all of my Hieratics, and then go into red 5-headed. So, those are the spells, and then for traps I only run 3. 1 warning, because it's like a must, it's a staple card. Come on, guys. And then 2 reckless. So, again, the deck sort of resolves on draw power with the Max C, the Upstarts, the Reckless Greeds, but it helps to thin out the deck to get the cards that I want and be able to protect myself in the next card in case I do overextend. So this is a good card. Plus, skipping 2 draw phases actually doesn't really hurt, because all I really do is summon Red Nova, sit. What are you going to do, boy? Yeah, that's what I thought. Alright, going into extra deck. Real quick. Red Dragon. Pretty easy to, I don't really need to go into this. Its effect is probably never going to be used, because as soon as it hits the field, it's going to the graveyard. Stardust Spark Dragon. It's actually really good. If you don't have it, I recommend getting one. Once per turn, target 1 card on the field. Excuse me. During either player's turn, target 1 card on the field. Once per turn, it can't be destroyed by battle. Pretty good. So, like, someone tries to Dark Hole, chain its effect, target itself, keeps it alive. Pretty good. Red Nova Dragon, Mr. Boss Monster. Cannot be destroyed by opponent's card effects, which is actually pretty devastating. Gains 500 attack for every tuner in my grave, and you're guaranteed at least 3, so it's guaranteed to be 5,000 attack. And I run 5 total, so this is going to be, if I can count, 6,000. This will be 6,000 at most. And then if someone tries to attack, I can just banish it, negate the attack, special summon back on the field. So this is really hard to get over. Next are just other tech cards. Crimson Blader, because it hurts a lot of decks. Iron Chain for the dragon target for Dragon's Mirror. Star Eater, it's actually really good. The best way to do this would be E-Set and Labradorite. Ancient Fairy for Wall, because I am able to go into level 7 first turn. I'll just go E-Set and, what is it? Galaxy Serpent. Black Rose Dragon, where did you go? 1 second. As you can tell, I am at home. I'm at my desk. I'm not at my friend's house. I'm actually going to try and do stuff by myself now. Aha, there you are. Black Rose Dragon. Pretty self-explanatory. Gaia Knight, because it's another level 6 target. And it's a generic, so... Scrap Dragon, pretty good. Pop 1 on my opponent's side of the field. 5-headed. I don't need to go into that. 5k beat stick. Regular Stardust, which is still good despite what people think. And then for X-Seeds, I run 2 Tombs. You know, it's still possible to go into this guy. And then he just helps to thin out the deck and maybe go into a synchro play, depending on if you have a Hieratic on the field already. Next, last card, M7. M7 is great. If you don't run him, or don't have the capability of running him, I'd try and find a way to run him, because he's really good. He's at 3 now with the new format. Crazy stupid. Anyway, that is the extra deck. I'm going to go really quick with the side deck. I'm not the greatest side decking person, but I am slowly learning, because I've been in this game for a really long time, but I've never actually figured out how to side deck, only because I've never been a competitive player. I've been more of a casual guy, sort of just playing with friends, having a good time. But I'm going to see if I can go over this real quick. 2 My Body, pretty good, like Dark Hole, Torrential, and stuff like that. 1 Duality. I'm going to take this out for something else, but this is my 3rd copy of Infernal Reckless for now. 2 Stamping Destruction for lulz, because it's actually pretty interesting to see people like, what? 2 Forbidden Dress. Target a monster, can't be targeted by other spells and traps, and then it loses 600 attack. Birdman. Pretty good. Bounce something on my field, special summon it. It would probably bounce Red Eyes Darkness Metal so that it doesn't sit on the field at 0/0 if in case I got it off a tomb. 2 Mischief of the Yokai for those like Evil Swarm matchups, or for those other random XC spam matchups. This just totally fucks with their deck, because as soon as it activate, oh, okay, all monsters on the field lose 2 levels. Okay, so if you're going to go into Ophion, oh, I'm sorry, all your monsters are level 2 now. What are you going to do? Cry? Oh, okay, go ahead. I'll give you permission. Bottomless, Compulse. 1 Strike Bouncer, just to like stall out my opponent, stop them in their tracks, so to speak. And then Gauntlet Launcher. It's actually pretty good, like first or second turn. Detach 2, pop 2 monsters. And yeah, it has real no restrictions. It's a really broken card. Anyway, that is the Hieratic Nova profile. I want to do like a real quick ending for you guys. Let me just readjust the camera again. Alright, so I know that I don't have a whole lot of decks out there for you. I have my Hieratics and I have my Destiny Heroes. So my Yu-Gi-Oh! Aspect of my channel is sort of limited. So what I'm going to do in the next couple of weeks, maybe months, because school started, so I might not have enough time to do videos anymore, or have less time to do videos. So what I'm going to probably do is get my friends into these videos, like do like a special guest kind of thing, and have them show you what their deck profile looks like for their decks, so that you can get a little bit more of the spectrum in terms of like formatting, or just like deck doctors and stuff like that. Because my friend Zishan will probably be in my next video. He'll probably show off his prophecies, and he hasn't been in the game for a while. He's been doing Light Sworns for a really long time, and he's been saying that they're not quite as consistent as he wants them to be. But with the new support coming out, he's gonna jump right back onto the Light Sworn bandwagon, and for now, he'll be running Prophecies because he really likes the idea behind them and he thinks they're really consistent. So my next video will probably be him doing his Spellbook Prophecy deck profile. I'll have my other friends come in and do their deck profiles as well. And I may get a couple of videos of us dueling so you can see how the decks actually play out, and you can see for themselves how explosive or how consistent they really are. But, and other than that, I think that's it. For future decks, I will be rebuilding my TGs now that TG Striker is at 3. It kind of gives me more flexibility as to what I can actually do with the deck. If you don't already know, which set is it? Primal Origins, that comes out in the OCG. They came out with a new scrap card, field spell card called Scrap Factory. Gives them a little bit more speed. So I will eventually make a scrap deck. I'm already almost completely done with it. The only things that are missing are the scrap factories, because we don't have it here in America in the TCG. So I have 2 decks in the making. And then I will eventually show you what my Destiny Hero deck looks like after the changes of the new format. And I actually souped it up pretty nice. It's actually pretty interesting. So I hope you guys look forward to that. This is Viewtiful Link to Joe, signing out. Stay beautiful, people. And remember, keep calm and henshin a go-go, baby.